So before we get into the session, I would like to guide you briefly into a movement exercise to help us all transition into a ventral vagal state, a state of safety, connection, and openness. Okay, so just be comfortably seated and just make sure that your feet are flat on the ground, creating a firm connection with the Mother Earth beneath you. Now start by taking a deep breath in, filling your lungs completely, and exhaling slowly and fully from your mouth. Breathe in, fill up your lungs, and breathe out slowly, fully from your mouth. Take another breath in, then breathe out slowly, allowing with each breath to feel calm and grounded. I would like to gently invite you to turn your head to your right, stretching your neck just to the point of mild tension, not straining. Hold your breath and then return back to center. Breathe out. Again, breathe in, go to the left, hold, and come back to center, breathe out. Again to your right, breathe in, hold, center, breathe out. And again, breathe in, to your left, and center, breathe out. Now, next, let's do a gentle shoulder roll. So lift your shoulders towards your ears. Open your chest and breathe in. And then lower and breathe out. Breathe in. Hold your shoulders towards your ears. And then release, go down. Open your chest and breathe out. Again. And breathe out. Lastly, let's do a facial exercise to activate some of your social engagement skills. I invite you to consciously relax your facial expressions, your jaw, your muscles, and see if you can bring in a gentle smile. Smile that radiates warmth and safety. Hold this for a few moments. And feel the positive sensations it brings. As you slowly open your eyes, return to the group, carrying this warmth and openness with you. Thank you for joining, and hope it feels you a bit more connected, both to yourself and to everyone here. And let's carry this ventral state with us as we go into the session today. So today, we are going to explore the transformative journey from isolation to connection. And it's a path that encourages us to cultivate confidence and also get into a deeper understanding of ourselves, how we isolated ourselves, what it brought to us, and what are the things that we can do with that so we can enhance our relationship with ourselves and others. In the coming hour, we'll get into both the understanding of the nuances of isolation and the rich rewards that connection can bring. And following this, we will get into an IFS session followed with sound healing. So as we go on to this journey, we aim to create a nurturing space where you can safely explore and create connections with your inner self. The hope is that as you step out of this session, you have rejuvenated your spirit and opened yourself to connections and have some strategies and path forward that you can bring into your daily life. Now, let's get into isolation. Now, isolation can manifest in many different ways. It might be physical, finding oneself alone, devoid of any company, or it can be emotional, feeling detached, even when we are in a crowd or surrounded by people. It's a very complex experience that can be both mental and physical. Now, isolation has a cost to pay. Prolonged isolation can have a profound impact on mental health, leading to feelings of loneliness, depression, and anxiety. It can strain your relationships with yourself, but also with the people around you, and then can also have some physical health issues. Now, from a mental health problem implications, isolation can often spiral into feeling of depression, where individuals can find themselves trapped in a cycle of negative thoughts and unable to see a way out. Typically, we say, I'm stuck there. Now, physical health, of course, there's been research that shows that prolonged isolation can, in fact, have an effect on physical health because it can lead to weakening of immune system, which has its own implication, and that increases the risk of diseases, health issues. It affects relationships because it can create a deep bridge or a gap in relationship where the distance grows not only physically but also emotionally. That then eventually leads to misunderstanding and strained connections. And it also reduces your personal growth, stunts it. And being isolated can sometimes reduce how we grow in our careers, in our personal growth, as we miss out on rich learning experiences that come from interacting with the world, the different perspectives, and individuals outside. I remember when I had my burnout in 2011, my workplace became very unsafe and I had very limited tools. So I felt very isolated. I was actually unable to reach out, connect with even my closest friends. And I had, my family was distant out because I thought nobody can understand me. And it was a period, of course, of where I went inside, yes, deep introspection, but it also was one where I had a deep longing for connections, which then, of course, brought me into this field of learning to heal my life. So it had its own side effect when I started to work in going out of my isolation back into the world. So as we go into the integrate web of repercussions stemming from isolation, we see that it has far-reaching impacts on our mental and physical health, relationships, personal growth. And so it kind of paints a picture that we need to foster connections and cultivate confidence so that we can move out of it. Now, so bridging the gap. So imagine a bridge that takes us from a place of loneliness to a vibrant community where we can be seen, heard. And this bridge is built with understanding, with trust, empathy, and self-compassion. And so that we can connect to ourselves and then use it as a way to connect to others. And of course, there are so many benefits of connecting to the world. When you cross this bridge, you have first thing that it does, it brings you mental well-being, which is itself fulfilling. I mean, today I'm living this life thanks to the bridge that I crossed. And it enhances our relationships, of course, fostering understanding of mutual respect, but also it helps us to build our own self-esteem. When we are going into the process of building connection to ourselves, that is how we build our self-esteem, which then brings in what we will later call self-energy, and that then helps us to move forward. And building this bridge it's a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. It might actually start by connecting to a friend, reaching out, joining a community. You are here, it's part of the process, or simply taking time of each day to reflect on yourself, on how you are doing within yourself, and doing simple things, simple tasks that helps you to have a nurturing connection with yourself. So the idea today and into this session is actually to help you have this conceptual bridge from isolation to connection, and so that you can see within yourself where you are, but also what would you like to do when you have those connections, and so that you can go on the path of fulfillment. Now, before we go there, let's talk a little bit about IFS, because you're going to use that. Okay, we are going to use IFS in our journey from isolation to connection. Now, the model, it was developed over 40 years ago by Richard Schwartz. He basically embarked on a path focusing solely on family therapy. This is where he comes from. And then as he was working with families, and he had this interesting case with a family with bulimia, where he understood the language of parts, which is how people were referring to a part of me wants to do that, a part of me doesn't want to do that, and there's a conflict, etc., etc. So he brought in this whole idea of parts, and you will also, we will see just as well in the session. So what are parts? These are distinct personalities within you that emerge in various situations, and they normally carry burdens that can come from traumatic experiences or in extreme emotions. And those burdens could have made you isolated and hence you feel isolated. So that's just to make you the connection to the work we're going to do. And today we will try and encourage you to be curious about these parts, to understand their anger, their frustration, or their prospective nature, and the role they play in your life. Now, what we do in IFS is we create this kind of map, which consists of two things: what is called protectors, and another one are called exiles. So in our journey towards connection, you will encounter your exiles. So these are sensitive parts that are holding painful memory from the past, mostly from your early childhood. And these are parts that have experienced isolation the most. And today we aim to bring them into light so that you can understand them better and help them heal. And the exiles are basically protected by what I call protectors. Okay, and so these are like a gap between isolation to connection, we will learn about protectors. And protectors are the parts that shield your exiles. They make sure that the exiles or the pain of the past is not into your day-to-day, and they try to create a certain distance and also try to numb the pain. But they are here to help you sustain your day-to-day despite the pain that you went through in the past. And the most important part is what is called self. Okay, we talked about it in the beginning. Okay, self is like your core entity within you that is characterized by confidence and compassion. This is a part of you that remains unharmed and holds the potential to lead you. It's like the leaf that can save you. You know, in the as we have the saying sometime. Okay, and it will help to heal other parts, because in itself it's always making you feel compassionate and confidence. And so as we cultivate confidence within the session that you will do, we will use your self energy or access to yourself and encourage it to lead and heal the other parts. So when we'll say, go and connect to the part of you that holds the energy, is basically self making a connection with the part that holds either trauma or some kind of pain. And so this is what we do in the process. Basically, we work first with your protectors, understand their fears, gain their trust, and then through them we access the exiles. And as we move forward, we focus on forming a trusting relationship between you, your protector, and the exiles, so that you can witness the pain, help them release the burden, which is a crucial step of in bridging the gap from isolation to connection. Okay. So that's what we are going to do. We will also bring in a bit of somatic aspect so that you can feel grounded, safe. This is important, and so that you can have an experience. Okay. So that's what we are going to do. Now, before we go in there, I send you 3 questions to help you prepare for this session itself. Okay. And so think about yourself and see if you could recall a period in your life where you felt isolated, and how did that period shape? Maybe you're feeling it even now, but if there was a time in your life where you felt it, just think about that. And how did that period shape your understanding of yourself and your relationship with others? Second question is, what is the meaning of connection for you? Are there elements in your life right now that foster connection or hold you back from connecting? And last but not least, what is that one thing you want to understand and learn from the session today? So take a moment, and we'll stay on this for a moment before we go further. Okay, so with that, we will begin. So see if you can find yourself in a comfortable position. Ensure that your body is comfortable. Your arms are resting by your side. And if you want, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Now begin with taking a few deep breaths. So take a breath through your nose, filling up your lungs completely, and exhale through your mouth slowly, letting go any tension or worry. Breathe in again. And see if you can maintain this rhythm, grounding your mind and body in the present, creating a stable anchor point for this session. Now think about the isolation that you thought about. Connect to it and gently shift your attention to the area in your body where you sense the tension most or unease. And as you focus there, observe any sensation, emotion, or thoughts that surface. See if you can avoid to judge with no judgment. Just observe any sensations, any emotions or thoughts. Now gently invite the part of you that carries this burden to come forward. Let it know not to overwhelm you. It could be a part that has felt isolated or disconnected. As you invite it forward, see if you can stay in a sense of curiosity and openness to understand what messages it carries. So stay curious, stay open. Now gently move your attention to the physical sensation linked to this part. So you may notice any tightness, discomfort, or other feeling arising in your body when you engage with this part. Notice where you feel it in your body, around your body. And you can direct your breath into this sensation. And with every exhalation, create a space for relaxation and release. And from a place of curiosity, Just encourage yourself for a dialogue with this part, asking it, what is its intention for you? Wait for an answer. Notice what you hear. Stay open, stay curious. Now, from a place of curiosity, ask to this part what it fears might happen. And now ask it what it needs to feel secure and understood. Stay curious, stay present. Now ask it, since when has it been doing this or playing this part for you? And what happened when it all started? And you stay curious, you stay present, and even some compassion. So you're asking, when did it start doing this? And what was going on then? Now ask it, what needs to happen for it to relax? So it told you what it needs from you, and see if you can acknowledge about your understanding, acknowledge with compassion of what you're going to do, and acknowledge your understanding and see how it shifts. Now try and find a corresponding somatic resource. It can be a place in your body that feels grounded, strong or calm, or it can be a sound that brings comfort. So see if you can find a somatic resource within you. Connect with this resource and envision extending its supportive energy to the part that is holding the tension. This might manifest as a warm, soothing light, or a comforting sound or embrace. Allow the part to receive this support, beginning to release any tension or discomfort it has been holding. Continue to offer this somatic support for a few more moments, allowing it to process and release any emotions or memories related to isolation. And if any additional parts emerge during the process, acknowledge them and extend the same compassion support to them. As you sense the part beginning to relax and integrate, thank it for its openness to engage. Acknowledge the courage and the resilience it has shown, and express your gratitude for its presence and role in your life. And let this part know that you are here and you will be engaging with it on a daily basis to know it more now that you have established a relationship with it. So thank it for its presence, for coming in today. Take a few deep breaths. And thank yourself for being here, for taking a step from isolation to connection. And whenever you feel ready, you can start to open your eyes as we'll prepare for the tuning fork session. If you want to reflect for a moment, you can do that. And I'll prepare for the tuning fork session. Okay, so the sound healing, so you'll be guided through this, of course. And so the way it works is that we open the torus. So we all have a North Pole, South Pole electromagnetic field. And basically things that hold us back are distortions into our field. And using tuning forks, the idea is to basically find and clear up those distortions. And the way we do it is by running the tuning fork into the field. So before we go there, we open the center below the feet, on top of the head. So it's like the terminals. And what you can do is lie down flat, or you can be in a comfortable position. That's okay. Just remind yourself about your intention, why you are here today. So when we start, and I will ask you to breathe. The breath is a little bit special. So you breathe in through your nose, fill up your lungs, and then you breathe out very fast through your mouth. So it's like a whoosh. Okay. So you breathe in. Okay. You don't have to do it all the time, otherwise you will hyperventilate. So you breathe when I ask you to do. So breathing helps to release whatever distortions we find. Okay, that's why we'll use it. Okay, so you'll hear tuning forks. And after I've done the north and the south and the north pole, then I will run a pendulum to find which energy centers in your body would like to clear. Now we are in a group mode, so all of you are here, present here, your energy, including your intention. So once you get into the field, whichever center we have to work with, which comes from your intention of the day, we will start from the time of when you were conceived, so in the mother's womb, okay? And then we go through the ages, and I will tell you an age, and if I'm guided, I will tell you an emotion or what is coming up, and if it makes sense for you, just be there, and with the tuning fork, with the breathing, you release, okay? That's what we are going to do. So here we go. So think about your affirmation, and now you're going to hear the tuning fork and of course me. So think about your affirmation, and we will start below your feet. There we go. So I'm about a foot below your feet. Point tuning fork through your feet to the center of your spinal cord to the top of the head. So opening that channel. And wherever I feel blockages, opening it up. So something in the middle of your second and the third center. So where your solar plexus is, something blocking. Take a breath. Take another breath. Breathe. And take another breath. And sometimes if the breath is not enough, you can also do okay, so better. So I'm going to ground you, connect you to Mother Earth. Just take another deep breath and release. So I'm going to go to the top of the head and do the same. Open the channel from the top of the head through the backbone into the feet into Mother Earth. Take a breath. Take another breath. Okay, so I'm going to run the tuning for the pendulum to know which center to work with today. Start with the feet, the knees. Okay, root center. Other side, left and right. Okay, so we are going to work on the root center. So this is all about, sense of security in your relationships, also with yourself, but also with Mother Earth. So feeling safe wherever we are. So I'll start on the left side, so the mother side, and then I'll go on the right, if you have time. And I'm going to start from mother's womb. Okay, here we go. Okay, so 3 months before birth. Yeah, very unsafe. From authority figure. So this is mother going through this. So it can come from father if he's authority, or other somebody head of the family felt unsafe. Yeah. and also fear, but anger. So just breathe. And if you want, you can also do that helped. Okay, so now I'm at the birth. If there's a sense of fear and I'm alone, just connect to that. Send love to the little baby. And to the mother. It is not easy for the baby to come into the world and feel safe. So see if you can extend your love and support to the little one. And breathe. And breathe into your fear. We breathe into feeling of loneliness. Just breathe. And send courage and compassion to the little one. There you go. Breath. Okay, so now it's a 4-year-old, very young. So he's saying, I'm lost and I don't feel supported. Yeah. So take a breath. That moved. Yeah. 18, 19-year-old. 18 or 19, something like that. Not feeling supported. Alone. Isolated. So what would you like that young 18, 19-year-old to know? Extend. Extend your support. And breathe. Okay, so 30-year-old. Yeah, here is more fear and also some anger. Either toward yourself or someone. Take a breath. And do a release. Oh, this is big. Do a release. Do another release. It's tough. It's a big one for some of you. And that helped. Okay, so now I'm in the mother zone. So this is what your mother went through in her early part of life, her challenges. That is in your zone. So just see if you can send love and just breathe and release. This is her pain, which is in your field. It's not your pain, but her pain. It can be mother or mother-like figure as well. Huh? Yeah, a lot going on there. So send love to her and release. Acknowledge her pain and send love to her. Okay, a lot going on. Just send love. Whatever you're holding, you can let it go. There you go. So I'm going to go to the father area. So this is father holding space. Oh, his pain that you're holding in your space. Yeah, there's a lot. So see if you can acknowledge if you have a father or a father-like figure who went through a lot of pain in his life. Okay, so now we are going to release. Take a breath. So now we'll close the process, allow the body to continue to do its work. Surround you in a cocoon of 528 hertz. Just take a deep breath, holding it for a moment and then release through your mouth. Take another deep breath in. And as you continue to breathe calmly, reflect on the practices we explored today, allowing yourself to visit the feeling of breaking free from isolation and stepping into space of connection. Acknowledge yourself for the courage and openness, for dedicating this time to nurture your inner world and bring personal growth to yourself. Gently shift your focus to your heart center. The space where self-compassion and empathy resides. Visualize a warm, nurturing light there, a beacon of self-compassion that we have cultivated today. And feel this light as a testament to your resilience and potential for connections and confidence that resides inside you. So you have it now. And with your breath, imagine this light expanding, growing brighter, warmer, filling your entire being. Feel this light breaking the barriers of isolation, connecting you to inner self and to the world around you. As we prepare to step back into our daily life, envision this radiant light to extend even further, reaching out to surrounding you with a protective, nurturing energy. It forms a bridge, a connection to people and spaces around you. Let this light be a reminder that you're not alone, that you're connected, that you can carry within you a powerful light of confidence and compassion. Now take a deep breath in and out. And when you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes and be back.